Ẹ káàárọ̀, ẹ káàsán, ẹ káalẹ́ ẹnu tẹ́ bá ti ń wò mí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bí àṣà mi, nǹkan tí ò lè fúnyàn. Ọlọ́gbọ́n nìkan ni mo pè. Ẹni tó ní ọgbọ́n, tó ní àgbọ́yé, tó tún ní àròjinlẹ̀. Ní àkọ́kọ́ kí n tó sọ ohunkóhun, ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wo fídíò yìí.
One of the greatest scams that have ever existed in northern Nigeria, and in my own opinion, possibly responsible for all these atrocities going on, is the concept of the Hausa Fulanis. I've taken my time to talk about this, but I think it's high time to talk about this. See, the concept of Hausa Fulanis is nothing but a scam and a weapon for atrocity. Why do I say this? Looking at it now, generally speaking, you can't say you are Hausa Fulani because other languages, we don't have that. We don't have Igbo Yoruba or Igbo Fulani, Igbo Hausa, Yoruba Fulani, or other minority tribes Fulani. But why is it a point of interest in regards to this Hausa Fulani concept? And people are normalizing this. And let me tell you one thing they do under the disguise of all this. The concept of Hausa Fulani gives birth to people to actually claim originship or nationalities in places where they don't belong. Because let's put it straight. The Hausa man has his own culture and very proud of it. You hardly see a Hausa man claiming a culture that is not his or a state of origin that is not. Because all this thing is going to lead us to origin, indigenship, and the rest of it. And same with the Fulanis. But it's just, should I say quite unfortunate, that the Fulanis cannot claim indigenship in all parts of Nigeria. Even in some part of the north, they can't claim indigenship. They have some places they can claim indigenship. They have some places they can't claim indigenship. But when you marry the concept of Hausa Fulanis, it now gives birth to even a Lebanese coming in to claim that he's a Nigerian. Even a Fulani from Senegal claiming indigenship to other parts. And this is what it does. And as a result of that now, we have opened our borders and we have become so porous to accommodate people that cannot be accounted for under the disguise of Hausa Fulani. Because let's face it, when you tell me Hausa Fulani, what is the culture of this kind of human being? What is his own culture? Because just like I keep saying, the general point of convergence at the end of the day for a man that doesn't have culture is actually he uses Islam. He comes under the disguise of Islam and say that because they are all Muslims, they are now all one. And as a result of that, that has succeeded in creating so much havoc. So what am I generally trying to say? The fact is, everybody must choose where he belongs to. If you're a Hausa, we know where Hausas originate from. If you're a Fulani, we know some places where Fulanis originate from. And take it or leave it, you get to see a lot of them, a lot of the preponderance, possibly, in my own opinion, if you are to dig it deep, I'm telling you, these people are not Nigerians. But at the end of the day, when you dig deeper, you get to see that these people are actually after nothing but just trying to conquer people and actually have a place of their own. And one of the excuses they keep giving is the fact that they have stayed in this place despite the fact that they are not resident, but they have stayed here for 80 years or they have stayed for 100 years. But the question I keep asking is, can a normal human being stay in a place for 80, 30, let's even say 40, 50, 30 years in a place without owning a land? Where is the land that the Fulanis have acquired in wherever they claim their indigenous to? Show me the land. Funny enough, Buhari brought up the concept of Ruga settlement. And the whole concept of Ruga was all about compensating Fulanis, giving Fulanis a place to stay or whatever. Other peoples that have stayed in where they belong at their places of origin, did they call on the government to give them any grazing reserve? And we were even talking about meant for Fulanis. So it's supposed to be a grazing reserve for the nation and everybody. But here we're talking about a situation where we talk about these people are acting out of victim as a result of victim of circumstances. They have rustled their cows or whatever. Have you forgotten that? Have you forgotten that? Over time, some of these people, as far as I'm concerned, that are non-Nigerians, have come into Nigerians and have invaded people's farm to eat their farm products. And as a result of that, the tension arises. And you have the likes of Sheikh Gumi speaking in their favor that the government have not been fair to them. In the area of education, in the area of whatever. Tell me, the schools that we have in Nigeria, is there any place in Nigeria, a school in Nigeria that Nigeria Fulanis that are at least their ancestry can be tied to that place that they have been exempted from going to the school? They did not. Nobody forced anybody to go to school. My parents and your parents, nobody forced them. Possibly in the times of Sardauna or whatever, people were actually brought to go to school. But after then, nobody forced anybody to go to school. The school is you have the option of either to go or not to go. So what now happens to people? Well, generally what I'm trying to say is I like this concept that is coming with this new Hausa whatever trying to mobilize themselves to fight this insurgent. I'm telling you, till you distinguish yourself from this concept that brings in foreigners from every other nation, nothing is going to change. And for the minority tribe, stay on your guard. Don't let anybody sell those funny stories to you. I am telling you, you know who is your own, you know who are indigenous, and you know who are not indigenous. And don't ever allow any disguise.
ọlọ́gbọ́n o olóye o ó máa wùn mí kẹjọ kẹ bá mi wo fídíò ìdélẹ̀ tí ò bá tiẹ̀ wo program yìí bá mi wo fídíò ìdélẹ̀ orí ẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ yìí psychologically automatically Hausa ni kò kì í ṣe Fúlàní. Mo sọ fún yín ní program mi kan pé ṣe rí Nàìjíríà yìí politically religion tribalism wọ́n ti fi manipulate wọ́n ti fi enslave wa. ọlọ́gbọ́n olóye ò ṣe rí Fúlàní yàtọ̀ sí Hausa yàtọ̀ sí Fúlàní. Nígbà tó fẹ́ pín Nàìjíríà tó fẹ́ gba òmìnira èèyàn mẹ́ta ló pín sí Hausa, Yorùbá àti Igbo. ṣe rí but àwọn Fúlàní ti gba gbogbo ilẹ̀ Hausa tán, wọ́n ti pa gbogbo wọn tán, wọ́n ti impose ẹ̀sìn lé wọn lórí. According to nǹkan tí máa yìí sọ, tẹ bá gbọ́ nǹkan tí máa yìí sọ dáadáa, ó ní pé Hausa máa gangan wọ́n ní culture tiwọn. Kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ Hausa Fúlàní Hausa, kò sí nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Fulani is another tribe, is another culture entirely. Hausa is another tribe, another culture entirely. Yoruba is another tribe, another culture entirely. Igbo is another tribe, another culture entirely. Ní gbogbo ẹ̀ but nígbà tó ti di pé Hausa Fúlàní Hausa àṣà àti ṣe Fúlàní ni Hausa ń wù sí yìí. Àṣà àti ṣe Fúlàní kẹ̀dẹ̀rẹ̀ òun ni pé ìmúra tí Hausa mú àti ẹ̀sìn religion ló fi kọ́ńkà Hausa. Gbogbo àwọn tó ń jẹ olórí nílẹ̀ Hausa tó ń jẹ ẹ̀mí àwọn kì í ṣe Hausa, Fúlàní ni wọ́n, torí kọ́ ti pa gbogbo àwọn olórí wọn. There was a untold story in this Nigeria. Bí Hausa ṣe ní untold story, Igbo ní untold story, Yorùbá ló ní tiẹ̀ ní untold story, àwa la ní jù. Nígbà tí ẹ̀sìn ti gba ogorí wa, tribalism ti gba ogorí wa, politics ti gba ogorí wa, jẹ́ ká mọ̀ nǹkan tá à ń rò. Atọ́ba tọ́lẹ̀ ni wá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, ọmọ aládé ni wá. Nígbà tí religion dé, nígbà tí culture dé, nígbà tí tribalism wà àárín wa, but nígbà tí Nàìjíríà ti ń dà àti ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn Fúlàní ni. Tẹ bá gbọ́ tẹ́ni sọ dáadáa, ó ní Ibo ló ń pè ní ilẹ̀ Fúlàní gangan ní north, pé tọ́ba pé ìbí tọ́ba ní pé Hausa ni ó máa ní oríru ẹ̀ náà, whether you are Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto, ẹ máa ní orírun. Ibo lórígun Fúlàní, ẹnìbọ̀ tó bá ti pè rẹ̀ Fúlàní, but nítorí pé wọ́n ti migrate pẹ̀lú ẹ̀sìn, wọ́n ti conquer. Oh my God, there was an untold story. Láti ayébáyé làwọn bàbá ti ń jagun, ogun ni gbogbo wọn jà, kò ń ṣogun yóò
ọlọ́gbọ́n olóye ẹ̀yin ọmọ Yorùbá ẹ̀yin mo wá ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ jù báyìí o. Hausa lẹni tó sọ̀rọ̀ tán yìí, ọmọ Hausa ni, but kò kí ń ṣe Fúlàní, but Fúlàní ló control Nàìjíríà. Gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ president tẹ́ ń pè ní Hausa, wọn kì í ṣe Hausa, Fúlàní ni wọ́n. Gbogbo àwọn tí Tinubu bá fa wàhálà nílẹ̀ Hausa tó ń rán wọn lẹ́wọ̀n yìí, tó kó wọn kọ́ wá ṣe àkáǹtì owó Nàìjíríà tọ̀nà, Fúlàní ni gbogbo wọn. Àwọn Hausa abẹ ní orí wọn ò pé, wọn ò kàwé, wọn ò ní brain, sorry to say this, wọ́n fún wọn ní ẹ̀sìn, wọn ò fún wọn ní education. Ó dẹ̀ fẹ́ kí àwọn Yorùbá náà mo tẹ̀lé àwọn nìkan náà tó ń claim Yorùbá tó ń pè wọ́n ní Fúlàní Yorùbá. Ẹ má gbé yẹn wá o, ní Fúlàní nínú Yorùbá. Tó bá jẹ́ Yorùbá ni ẹ, tó bá jẹ́ Fúlàní ni ẹ. So àwọn Hausa ló gbà mọ́ àwọn ọlọ́tọ́ tó yẹ kó máa pa àwọn ní Hausa Fúlàní. Kò sí kò tó jẹ́ Hausa Fúlàní. Fúlàní has their own tribe and culture. Hausa has their own tribe and culture. Yorùbá has their own tribe. But bí wọ́n ti dá ogun ẹ̀ pọ̀, ọkọ̀ ogun ẹ̀ wọ́n Nàìjíríà. Ọlọ́gbọ́n nìkan ni mo pè, ẹni tó ní ọgbọ́n, tó ní àgbọ́yé tuntun náà òjìnlẹ̀. Mo ń bọ̀, mi ò tí ì dé.